You look so much better than me. Hi everybody, Nikki with Nikki and Candela Photography here, and this is session 2 of Makeup Mondays. So what we're doing here is we're giving you a big value give to know how to do your makeup like a pro. So I am introducing you to not only my training tips, but to some of the experts that I've had the honor and chance to work with over the years on how to do makeup like a pro and everything that we have done over the years for my clients. So I want to bring this information to you because this is one of the key factors that helped me look good in photos or like myself in photos, was really getting past my insecurities and popping the features that I really do like about myself. So that was a changing point for me, and I want that to be a changing point for you if that is part of your journey. So we are leading up to a makeup bundle for Black Friday that I'm going to be selling, and I sold this before a few years ago for Black Friday, and everybody loved it. So it's a ebook with photos and tips. It's also a video tutorial, and you get a cheat sheet for 5 of the products you must have and use if you don't like to wear makeup. So a lot of my clients don't wear makeup on a normal basis, and so we introduce them to a very elegant, natural look so that their features pop on film. But this is also good for you if you're going on stage, doing live events, doing videos of your own, or going into a photo shoot, or just having photos done at events, because we all do that. So also we're leading into the holidays, so you can know how to do your makeup better so your features pop for all of your holiday parties, and instead of dodging the camera, you can actually hop in and be a part of the memories that are being captured. So that is the point to all of this. And so today, this is a huge milestone for me because I have always had skin issues and breakouts and all that stuff. So I am one who wears makeup on a daily basis, unlike some of my girlfriends who have perfect, flawless skin who don't wear makeup and look amazing. But this is my second live on Facebook, and I have no makeup on. So this is huge for me. Sorry, I have like dog hair on my face from kissing my puppy. I'm like, so I'm going to be picking up my face, but anyway, I just wanted to announce what we're doing here and let you know that I'm going to introduce you to one of my key team members, my makeup artist that works with most of my clients. She's amazing, and everyone wants to take her home with her, with them, but they can't because
they have to bring my home.
She has a family and 3 kids, and well, that's a lot to take on just to get your makeup done every day. But she's amazing, so bring her in and get this started. So let me turn this around. I'm going to hand this to my assistant, Kayla. Okay, here you go, hon. Come in. This is my amazing makeup artist that we've been working together for how long now? A few years?
Yeah.
Okay, so Karina is unbelievable, and not only is she unbelievable, but she's so knowledgeable with her craft, and she's so good and brilliant at her skill set that all my clients she like wows me every time. And I travel around the country and around the world doing photos, and I get to work with a lot of professionals in the makeup industry. And you know, although I love the work and I work with some really cool people that also work on celebrities, I gotta tell you that Karina like wows me every single time, and I don't always get that from other professionals. So that's like, to me, in doing this for over 11 years, a big difference in like what I get to experience in her skill set and brilliant space. So Karina, thank you for being on with me.
My pleasure.
And we have so much fun. What kind of?
Like very little.
Very little.
I like fall asleep.
With clients, I mean, everyone is just like rolling and dying by the time we like get them in the chair. But today I'm going to be in the chair, which is why I have no makeup on. So we're going to talk about skin prep. And one of the reasons why I wanted to start with this is it's not only obviously the first step for your skincare routine, or if you do something different because you need your makeup to be a little long lasting on event days or doing a video or something like that. But as I've gotten older and my skin has aged, the whole skin prep part of my makeup routine has grown, and it's become even more important with needing extra hydration and wanting my makeup. And I get on stage, I need for my makeup to last from like 6 in the morning till 10, 11 at night, because I don't want to have to deal with myself. Like, I go to an event and I want my focus and my energy to be on everyone that I get to be in front of and make an impact for them. So I don't have to worry about myself and my own makeup if I do the right prep and finish in the right way. And then also, like I said, as my skin has aged, it's become even more important. So for those of you ladies in your 40s and older, this will be great for you. Okay, Cooper agrees. Ask my dog if you don't know him. He's very vocal. And he loves Karina, so he likes to talk whenever you're here. A little bit more. Okay, is there anything you want to say to like start out, or do you want to introduce yourself?
No, you already did everything.
But I just said who you were.
What do I say? I don't even know. I didn't think about anything. I'm like, wow, she's doing so good. I don't want to say anything. So I'm Karina. I've been in the makeup industry for 10 years. Before that, I was a teacher, and I worked for Nordstrom. Before that, I was a research biologist in Panama. What?
She's done everything.
I'm a Peter Pan. I just don't fly.
All the time.
Sober.
Just sometimes you fly. Okay, cool. So basically what I've already done is some of my own personal skin prep that we can just talk about with you guys. So obviously I washed my face. I shared my cleanser last week on that live.
Are you washing your face twice a day?
I wash it twice a day. Yeah, in the morning and at night. Because I wear makeup every day, like, it's important for me to take it off and have like clean, fresh skin as I sleep. Plus I have a whole beauty routine at night for like aging and wrinkles and stuff. So yes, twice a day. And then I spray like a toner hydration on that literally I get, it's like $12 at Whole Foods that my girlfriend turned me on to.
So good.
Yeah. So my girlfriend, I said on the Facebook Live last week, she founded her own skincare company. So she actually turned me on to a lot of new products that I'm using as I need more hydration as my skin ages. So I do a toner, and I literally spray it on my hands and just kind of like pat it on my face. I used to be an overuser of products until my girlfriend changed that. She's like, you're using way too much, which actually causes breakouts and issues too if you use too much of your products. So then I do like a vitamin C serum that I literally like pat into my skin, and I do like under eye cream. So that's my regimen that I've already done to my face to prep for Karina. to show you guys what we do with our clients. So talk a little bit about the skin prep too, since I did all of my products already.
Did you do moisturizer too, or just the serum?
I don't typically do like a moisturizer. I have like a little like bio oil that I'll sometimes use, but now that it's getting cooler here, I use it like every other day.
So typically I would recommend a moisturizer, but yeah, you're pretty producted.
Producted out.
But yeah, a moisturizer, the eye cream's so key. Sometimes I put a little around my lips. Just
nice.
Get that little extra, maybe a little right here.
Oh, nice.
Or here. I mean, just take them
everywhere. Little behind the ears.
But skincare prep is so huge, because if the skin and the base is not hydrated and nourished, then your makeup will start to crack or get a little patchy.
Which makes you look aged.
Mm-hmm.
And the best makeup artists in the world know that skin prep is the most important.
It's my favorite feature.
It's not about the makeup, it's about the canvas that the makeup goes on, because makeup has its function to, you know, smooth out pores and even out skin tone, but it's not typically meant to like hide everything. Like, you know what I mean? Am I saying this right? Like,
especially if you don't want it to look artificial, like a
like
mannequin.
Like you don't want to wear like a ton of makeup. So the best makeup artists really put a lot of more time into the skin prep so that your makeup actually looks flawless, which is the whole point. Like, you don't want to look made up. You want to look like yourself and just pop the features that you love. So yeah, the right experts in this field will do a lot of prep. Just so you know, when you're like looking for someone in your area.
Yeah, you should see like 4 skincare products at least out.
This is our prep for today. Okay, so let's get started.
Okay.
So, priming is super important. What do you, I use 3 primers.
Weird, me too.
Which may be excessive, I don't know. But I use 2 primers before my makeup, or in conjunction with my makeup. And then I use a setting spray, which I kind of consider a primer too, because it allows your makeup to stay on even longer, and I don't have to worry about it. Especially, like, I don't know, like, I go to the chiropractor, and then you're, like, face down on that, like, paper that is so horrible, and you, like, take your face off, and it's, like, all your makeup is on the paper. Another thing that we can talk about, too, is brushes, because I know, like, I use my fingertips for some of my products, but then for other products you want to have the right brushes. So as you go along with this, Karina, just like share with everyone what you're doing and the brush and type and why and all that good stuff.
So the thinnest skin on our faces is around the eyes and around the lips. That's where my clients can look a little patchy or cakey. So I like to prep extra and put a little coconut oil or argan oil, and I use a brush so that most of it is getting massaged into the skin and not just sitting on the surface. This also has like a little bit of highlighter in it.
Got it. And then also using your fingers, it absorbs into your fingers as opposed to your face with a lot of these products. So using a brush is so much better. Yeah, show them the brush.
And this is just a concealer brush. It's a duo fiber, so it's stiff but still kind of soft. Same with this one. So it has the white tips are the synthetic fibers and the black tips are the natural fibers. So one set of the bristles are massaging, and then the black bristles are pushing the product into the skin.
You're so good.
Thanks. Do I have my news anchor voice? That's the worst.
Okay, so I don't know, Kayla, if you can see like any comments or if anyone's like
Amy Clark is watching.
Hi, Amy. If you guys have any questions as we're applying, feel free to ask, and Kayla will let us know what your comments and questions are. Okay, so what type of primer is this?
So this is MAC Natural Radiance Primer. It has a mild salicylic in it.
Which is for?
Softening. It softens the surface. Some silicone, but it just smooths the surface out and creates a barrier between your makeup and the skin. But already, it's already looking like skin's looking a little blurred and softened. Almost
That's
like a filter.
Real life Photoshop.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just like a walking
like
filter.
having Photoshop, like you're the most amazing like blurred filter, like on you at all times. People, are you hearing this? Okay, perfect. And you saw like how much coverage. She really makes sure that it blends into the skin properly. Okay, what's next?
So we're back to our concealer brush.
Okay.
Look up. This is an under eye primer. This is our second primer. So it has a little sheen to it and hydration qualities, but it also sets so that it's nice and flexible under this area. Oh, I'm so dewy.
I know, and I feel like I slept really well last night, but I did wake up with like bags under my eyes, so very helpful.
Not anymore.
I know. Okay, so what else for under eye area? Any other like tips?
So eye cream twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day if you could find the time. But mostly just the primer is huge. Most people don't know about the primer. It's fairly new. And not too much product. Always use a brush too.
Okay, so now we're gonna do foundation, and she is going to match the proper skin color. Being at home and not being a makeup artist, you probably really have already done this properly, either with like drugstore or makeup counter brands. But you want to make sure that the match is proper to your skin, because that will help with the natural look as well.
Do you want them to see this?
Yeah, do you want to see?
So I did a strip right here, and it's already disappeared. And then I did a strip just to check a different color, and it didn't disappear. So that's how I know that this is the correct color.
Nice. And another thing that I do with my clients when they get here is I have them wear like a tank top or an open neck top, because one of the things that people forget about is that your neck and chest need to match your face color. And I know naturally mine doesn't. My face is a lot more sensitive than my neck and my chest skin, and it's a lot more red in color. So I've always had issues matching my foundation, because I have to pull it down onto my neck, and I don't want it to be too pale for my face. And so, finding the right balance there is really key too. Does this look amazing? I cannot believe I'm doing a Facebook Live, like bare skin looking like this.
So do you see where I'm placing her makeup, all the product on the T-zone, even the primer, just because they are the features that stick out the most, and they're the most visible at first. And I started out with like medium coverage, but at this point, if she needed more, I could add more, but I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not actually gonna be in a shoot or on TV or
Sometimes medium
in
is
a video
enough,
today.
especially for clients that don't wear any makeup. Any coverage is like, I look fake.
Yeah. It does take a while. I had a client, we had a client on Friday.
Oh my gosh.
And she flew in for the day to work with me. And so Karina did her makeup, and she wears like barely any makeup. She does yoga and anyway, that kind of works. So she was a little wowed by the natural look that we gave her that included more makeup than what she's used to. But she loved it, and she ended up getting used to it. And as she was leaving Friday night from the airport, she like sent me a selfie from the airport bathroom saying I've never looked so good in an airport bathroom before. Because her makeup was obviously, we do a lot of setting like we already talked about, so her makeup was like flawless still at like 7 o'clock at night.
So Nikki's skin is evened out, but not covered. You can still kind of see the skin underneath, which is actually my favorite coverage. And then I actually put too much concealer on me, so I'm just taking a little off. Okay. Don't need that much. And through this area, we never pull this way, ever.
Ever.
Even with the eye cream, you tap it in with your fingers.
Even in your 20s, girls.
Yes,
you don't have issues yet, but like, trust me, you do
Trust.
not want to like pull the skin, because you can
so delicate through here.
Have a more youthful look later in life by really being tender with your skin like early on.
So I've concealed. Now the under eye is the same color as the face. Now I'm going to highlight. Just a little bit lighter than the concealer color.
Okay,
Because
talk about that.
Because if you go too light, because you want to look awake or more awake, if you go too light, you could have like the weird owl raccoon thing happening.
Yeah, especially on photos and videos from like further away. Like it may not be as obvious close up, but like you're contouring, your highlighting and your darkening contouring process for your skin can really take on like weird looks from further away if you're not really cognizant of
Can you see
that.
or show the difference? Like it's barely highlighted versus not highlighted at all. And turn on.
I'm like never in the chair. Because I've been trained in makeup, I always do my own makeup, so it's always a funny thing for me to actually get my makeup done, which I do for obviously photo shoots. I don't do my own makeup, and actually I created a video for my business that Karina came and did my makeup for one morning. So the bigger stuff, I hire a professional, even though I've been professionally trained in makeup. It's just a nice, like my clients love being pampered and being loved on for the morning. I feel like my eyelashes are going wonky. So, so what's next, Karina?
Setting powder.
Okay, setting powder. I actually use that too. And because I've always had oily skin, I love the dewy look, but mine always just looked a little like, well, it just looked oily, not dewy.
I like both. Look younger.
So I've always used a powder to set because I really like more of a matte look to my face. Just because that's been an insecurity of mine, like my whole life. So talk a little bit more about setting powder from your perspective.
So setting powder, I don't like to use it as coverage. It's more just to finish the face.
Mm-hmm.
I even pick up the product and then tap the extra off.
And she's just like
never
whisking my
buff.
face. It's
never
just
buff. Because then you're adding coverage on top of coverage that's already established. And just like Nikki said, the whole oily thing, I like to make sure that the T-zone is covered because that's usually the most oily.
and then what's next, Karina?
Next, I'm going to highlight, but I wanted to show the two different ways you can highlight.
Okay.
So if you want to look dewy, you would use something like this. It's a skin finish, but it's not real sparkly, with a fluffy soft brush.
Yeah, especially if you're on stage or prepping for a photo shoot specifically. Not as much for a video, I find, but you don't want too much sparkle on your face because For photos, I don't let my team use anything too glittery or sparkly, because sometimes what happens is the light reflection will grab like one piece of glitter and like really like expand it out in your photos. Same with stage. You don't want to look like your face is like lit up. Like you want your essence to be lit up, but you don't want your face to look like it's got bling on it. I don't think I've ever said that before.
You know what? I'll put my grill in too.
Yes. Totally. Oh my god, I met Lil Jon once.
That's right.
At Sundance Film Festival. Oh my gosh. And he went to smile and I was like, whoa! Totally. And he just laughed even more when I did that. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that. Weird.
That's weird.
Everyone else does when they meet him. Okay, anyway.
So her highlight I placed on the most pronounced features on her face. So along the orbital bone, the bridge of her nose, the cupid's bow right here, and sometimes a little on the chin. And then the contour is actually opposite of that. So the most receded features of your face would be where we put this product. So this is just a face powder that is darker because you want contour to look like skin and not like Skeletor.
Yeah. And typically too, I don't do a great job on my own contouring my face, but just to save time, because I don't love to wear a lot of makeup, I actually use a bronzer as a blush and bronzer. So that's one thing or one product that you can actually cut out
forward
if you're interested, is just using a bronzer as a blush and bronzer to contour. And then also talk about different face shape, because contouring is really imperative for, I have a longer face, and your face loses fat as you get older, so your face actually gets skinnier. So for me, I like to widen my face with like my hairstyle and with makeup, but some people actually have wider faces who want to add more contour and make their face appear a little thinner. So talk a little bit about like tips on that.
Way to find out where your contour goes is to start, turn your head this way, is to find that little thing in your ear. It's called a tragus. Does that tickle? Sorry. You start there and you go towards the tip of your nose, but you don't actually touch it. And that's kind of the angle of your contour, your deepest contour, and then you can see I'm kind of blending upwards so that you don't look skeleton-like. Blend down a little bit. And so the deepest contour would be here. And then you go behind the jawline, under the jawline, and then blend down so that you don't have the line.
Yes.
And then up into the hairline, into the temple. And then you're naturally, it looks like natural contour.
Nice.
Cheekbones.
And then also I want to point out time, because I know that this is, I don't know how long we've been so far, but it is taking a lot longer for us to do this than normal because we're talking you through it. This should be like a simple process, and it's like anything. It's a muscle, like you work out, right? It
usually takes about 7 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, and she's super fast with my clients too, which is really great because then we can get started a lot faster.
Smile. And then blush is optional, obvi. But you could start on the front of the apple and then blend it back into the contour and highlight. That way it looks like she's naturally blushing. Oh, well, no.
It looks so good.
but like just going back to time, like I think it takes me like 10-15 minutes maybe to do like full makeup.
Sorry.
So the more often you get like your prep down and your strategy and your steps, the faster all of this gets for you. So don't get frustrated if you're new to this and you're just kind of starting out by adding some of these more in-depth steps in the beginning, because it will actually get faster for you as you become more comfortable with your routine.
There's a little cheat right here. So this is bronzer. I'm just putting a little in her crease to contour her eyelid.
Okay.
And then let me spray you.
Yes.
Close. So, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 inches away. You just want a little mist. And it makes her makeup look like skin again. It doesn't look like makeup anymore.
Okay, so tell them about the product.
Sorry. So this is MAC Fix Plus. It's spring water, green tea, chamomile, vitamin C, and glycerin. So you can also like in the middle of the day, if your makeup is looking a little dull, you can spray yourself. It'll kind of pick your makeup up and then reset it. It looks new again.
Yeah, especially if you're like leaving the office and going to like have happy hour or dinner, you can do a little spritz and it really takes no time to just like look more vibrant and fresh again, even after a long day that you've already had. What's next?
This is a little cream bronzer. This is our last finishing touch.
Okay.
Take a duo fiber brush and just kind of give yourself a little sheen down here, and that way your neck looks blended without looking covered. And that's it.
And typically too, even with this setting spray, thanks Vanna, with this setting spray, because you obviously have to be careful of like your makeup getting on your clothes and stuff if you're wearing like a collared shirt, or now it's like winter in most of the country, so turtlenecks,
what's that?
stuff like that. I know, we barely know winter here in San Diego, which is awesome, and so the setting spray actually helps with that too. It helps me like not transfer my makeup like on my clothes, or
Looks so good.
you know, when you hug people, when you
I don't hug people.
we are huggers,
So, like,
especially
hard
when you
hugger.
hug like a guy. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Like I've hugged my
And you're
guy
like,
friend,
"Ah!"
and like all of a sudden like he'll have like a patch
wanna
of
make
makeup
up
on
lies?
his shirt. So sorry. Always go above.
Yeah. Or to the side.
Well, you don't want to give a fake hug. Okay, anyway, does anyone have any questions? Like, write in the comments if you have any questions. That's all we're covering today, which is just the prepping the skin and the foundation. And we're going to do eyes in a few weeks. Yeah, anything else like throughout the day for them?
So I'm super oily. Like I literally look like bacon all the time.
Stop.
So you take a blotting film and you just tap on the forehead, and it doesn't disturb the makeup. It just absorbs the oil. And at this point, you can put more powder, but I don't like to. I don't like powder. And that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's true. Because even I use blotting papers a lot, and so sometimes especially when I was in corporate and I would have just like long days and dinners at night, or meeting friends out, I would use a blotting sheet and then add just like a little more concealer, because I do get redness in my face in different areas, and a slight whisk of like powder, and I was like set to go, and it would like liven my face back up, like I just woke up and done my makeup for the first time. So all right guys, thank you for joining us. In the headline of this Facebook Live, there is a link to get your VIP access, and you want to sign up for that. There's nothing that you have to pay for. It's completely free. And what we're going to be doing is giving away fun raffle prizes to everyone who signs up for the early access. And if you are interested in the end in a few weeks for Black Friday in purchasing the makeup tutorial bundle, then you will actually get early access to purchase that at a discounted rate, and the first 10 people get special bonuses that are really good, and you're just going to have to find out when you actually purchase.
You get to hang out with me.
Don't tell!
Sorry.
So not so much of a surprise anymore.
Sorry, dang. Sorry.
Anyway, so sign up for your early access so that you can at least, get into enter some of the fun raffle prizes we're going to be giving away this week and next week and the week after for the next 3 weeks, so that we can share a little bit more love with you guys. The link is in here. Let us know if you have any more questions, if you have product questions, or if there's something that's really working well for you. Like, I love having a two-way engagement about this topic. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.